They returned from the Tokyo Olympics with just 3 medals. 2 for Tatiana Schoenmaker in the pool, 1 for Bianca Buitendag on the waves. But unlike previous Olympic winners from South Africa, SASCOC says they have no money to pay them a bonus for their great achievements. Many South Africans really unhappy about this. But now a crowdfunding campaign has been launched for our 3 heroes. And I'm joined by Mike Sharman. He's founder of Your Matchkit, which allows athletes to better commercialize their careers. Mike, thank you so much for joining us. So you've taken the grumbles of many of us about our fantastic medal winners, and you've done something about it. Explain how this crowdfunding project has worked.
Thanks so much, Sally. It's been 21 years since we won a medal in the pool for the women, and here we are celebrating one of the most successful runs in the pool with Tatiana's achievements. Also, surfing being added to the lineup, our first silver surfer and the world's first silver surfer. And it took a campaign that we ran at Matchkit.co to put pressure on SASCOC to raise money for the men's hockey team a couple of months ago. And here we are in a similar position. Suddenly there's no money in the coffers. So we decided to take it upon ourselves. I put a tweet out yesterday saying, you know, what a travesty that on Women's Day, the SASCOC announced that there would be no medal bonuses. And suddenly there's a U-turn 24 hours later, in the sense that now suddenly they're trying to negotiate those funds. And if we look at 2016, if Tatiana had achieved what Wade did then, she would have received 500,000 Rand for the gold, 150,000 for breaking the world record, and then another 200,000 Rand for that silver. That's 850,000 Rand that she would have been eligible based on year-on-year kind of metrics. And Bianca, 200,000 Rand in her space. So after bouncing around a few tweets, Easy Equity said they'd put some bucks into the situation. Mike Abel, Mike Stopwith, and a few other individuals that follow me on Twitter. And we used our Matchkit.co platform through Brian Habana's profile to just launch a crowdfund, because we have the tech, we have the capabilities, we have the ability to take credit card transactions. And today, 220,000 Rand raised by members of the public in South Africa. We can do it. Why can't the officials do it?
Yes, well, you're certainly making them look really bad, because they, as you say, did a bit of a U-turn saying, well, we're trying to find some money. But I think many of us just felt it was really incredibly unfair, and particularly because those medal wins were a bit of a bright spark for us here in South Africa after some really tough months. And what those 2 women did just brought us a lot of joy and a lot of pride. How long are you going to keep this crowdfunding thing going? How much are you hoping to raise?
I think ideally we want to push it as hard as possible up until the end of the month, because obviously payday, there's a few other people that would love to contribute and can only do so towards the end of the month. So we'd like to keep pushing that. And I think the reality is that we like to be proactive. We like to be there, the challenger brand for the challenger brands. We want to help athletes better unlock the commercial opportunities. Brian being the pinnacle of a rugby player and understanding brand in his personal capacity, and obviously educating athletes to show them the way to create opportunities, to self-fund, to crowdfund, to create opportunities with brands. I mean, that's the athlete of the future, because they can't rely on official bodies. They have to basically do the blood, sweat and tears themselves. And for the last 5 years, these 2 individuals have been driving their own mission and their own narrative to get to Tokyo, which at one stage we thought it would never happen. So let's look forward to Paris, and let's look at unique fundraising and financial opportunities to take those opportunities forward.
Such a critical issue you're raising, because we know that when it comes to sport, we're not a wealthy country. We have so many other pressing needs, but we also know that within sport we have to look at transformation. And for young talented sportsmen and women who come from disadvantaged backgrounds, if they don't have the financial support, they're not going to get where they need to go. So it's crucial, the sorts of interventions that you're coming up with at Matchkit. Tell us a little bit more about how it exactly works for someone who's got the potential but not the bucks.
Well, that's the reality. If you think about the likes of Akani and a lot of our sprinters, they need to go and participate in the IAAF. They need to be part of the Diamond League, and you need money for that to happen. And if it wasn't for sponsors, if it wasn't for the private sector, then so few of those talents can actually be scouted. And I think that's the reality, is that not enough's being done at the grassroots level. So we created Matchkit.co in lockdown to help athletes, one, build a personal brand, and then to obviously take that and commercialize that, to showcase your personality, to showcase your skills, whether it be on the field, in the pool, on the track. Because ultimately, that's what youngsters need to do. They need to be able to create their own unique USP as an athlete, because that's the thing that's going to attract the sponsors. They need to treat themselves as brands to attract the brands. And that's where we're at with our Matchkit.co offering. And we're really excited about the traction that we've gained. Like I said, 220,000 Rand in one day. We helped the SA Hockey men's team raise about 250,000 Rand. So we're all about commercializing sporting brands.
Sounds good. 220,000 Rand and counting for those 2 Olympic medalists. If people want to contribute, how do they do that?
Very simple. Matchkit.co/Brian Habana with a Y /donate. Get on it right now, South Africa. The operators are standing by.
Thank you so much. And a really lovely plug there, but I think it's for a worthy cause. Thank you very much. That, of course, was Mike Sharman from Matchkit.